Hello beautiful people, it's Leana here from Firefly Soul Art. Thank you for joining me. Today is just going to be a bit of a studio vlog, and I hope you've got your beverage. I've got mine. I've got a cappuccino and a little birdie's head sticking out. So let's see what is on the creative menu today. I'll probably take you through the studio, the mini studio, because there's been a slight change, but I'll show you. First on the list, I'd like to share with you a Mother's Day, well, part of a Mother's Day present that I got. And my children know that I love cats. You'll see a couple of them around in the studio. And this to me was such a thoughtful gift, specifically for my studio. This is a double slipper. So I put it down on the ground and I just shove both my feet in there. And let me tell you, this is so lovely and cozy. I've been trying it out the last couple of days, and with winter coming, I'm telling you now, this is gonna be a definite winner in the studio. Okay, here you can see basically everything at the top is still there, but here on the right hand side we have moved in a cupboard, and my table fits right there. There's a couple of new things on the wall that I've added here and there, but let me just take you through. Graphite pencils and charcoal, and then I've got some bits and pieces, pencils and Posca markers, etc. over here. And here I've got some watercolor brushes. In here I've got acrylic ink in watercolor brushes that's got a reservoir that you normally add water in, and I store them up like this. I've added a nice size bead that will fit in here, so I can shake it up because it is so liquid. What happens is the pigment will sink down to the bottom. Let me see, the white one tends to do it a lot. Let me see if I can get the white one. There you can see. There you can see. So the pigment all lies at the bottom, and this is the liquid it is suspended in. Hopefully you can see. There we go. So I've got a mini ball bearing in here, so I just shake it up, but the ball bearing is big enough so it won't clog the bit that goes in there. My mixture of color pencils, there's my visionary board, there's some more bits of art on the wall. I removed the big crystal that was on the bottom of that. I'll show you where I've put that. A cat. That's a dream catcher that I made. Cats. Another kitty. This little dolly in here I've had since before I was born, so it's very old, like me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very young, very young. My spirit is extremely young. I moved another painting there. I've done the setup of this stand here. Put extra light on the new creative area that I've created. And here is my lovely big crystal. And Firefly Soul Art. So this is now the new creative area. Just want to move away a little bit. So this is a bench for my studio that I painted, and then in there are two shelves. So that side on top I've got all my oil stuff, oil mediums. This side behind this I've got all my water-based mediums, And at the bottom I've got scrapbooking stuff and art journaling stuff. Now I have to show you my new setup, very DIY setup for when I want to do recordings over here in this area. So what I had to do is I needed an anchor. So this is a very big ball bearing and it's very heavy, and I've attached a cord to it, and it goes up behind Firefly Soul Art. Sorry, it's not focusing. Then I have connected a mini tripod. I've connected a mini tripod on a piece of wood, and at the back of the piece of wood I have attached the cord that is attached to the big ball bearing that is on the bench, and then I've clamped that so that it can't fall. So I attach my camera here, it points down, and then I can do lovely recordings here for you. A reminder, there's perfection in imperfection, and here it's not the result that is important but the journey. Okay, now I share the space with my husband, and this is his passion: remote control aeroplanes. And yes, they all fly. I'm just gonna move back a little bit because there's quite a few planes. Whoops. There you can see he still needs to find space for this big wing. That wingspan is almost, that's about between 2.5 and 3 meter wingspan. This is his workspace, all set up and whatever. So I absolutely love sharing the studio space with him. When he's working in his section and I'm working in mine, and we chat away, and yes. So there's some more planes. Today is just a very informal studio chat. I've never done a studio vlog before, and you'll see the angle is also a little bit different compared to before. Normally I sit facing the window, and then there's a terrible glare on my glasses. I showed you in the beginning about what the studio looks like now, how it's changed, etc. And one thing I didn't show you that's got to do with my camera setup. This is my magnifying lamp. So I just cover it with material so it doesn't get any dust on it. So I don't have a movable arm for my camera, and I'm sitting at my art table to record from the top. I did look at them, but they're quite pricey. I looked at this and I thought to myself, oh wow, you can make a plane here, because this arm is like really, it can move all over the place. Yeah, I'm a bit of a crazy hoot, to be honest. You can ask my family. I'm always joking around, always try and focus on the positive. And yes, we've got so much to be grateful and thankful for. And when we focus on that, we don't disregard the negative, but because there's just so much going on in the world, which I'm not going to get into, because this is a studio vlog. This is quite new to me, in the sense of I'm talking to a camera, and now I'm talking to you, which is the most important to me. So for me, it's important that you must feel comfortable in my company. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, generally, I mean, I love photography. I've loved photography for years and years and years. It's always been a great hobby of mine, besides painting and so forth. So, and I've always preferred to be behind the camera, not in front of it. So now this is a total new thing for me. And I thought, you know, that's quite an achievement for you, because you've never liked to be in front of the camera. But I must say, I'm really enjoying the videos that I'm doing, and It's such a pleasure, although it's taking a lot, well, many hours or days sometimes to edit a video, which is fine because it's part of my learning process, which I really don't mind. I love learning new things. It's been a big learning curve and great fun, sometimes a lot of frustration. But yeah, that's part of the whole thing. It's been quite an achievement for me to actually be in front of the camera. So I hope that, because I adapt very quickly to any situation, so I'm sure that as we progress, I will be even more comfortable in front of the camera. And then you'll probably see my crazy part coming out. Oh my word. You can ask my colleagues, my ex-colleagues. I miss you guys. At the art shop, I'm a bit of a nutter. So yes, a good nutter, a good crazy. That's why I say my soul is young. I might have a few grey hairs, but that's just appearances. And what's appearances? Yeah, appearances are important, but it's what's inside that's more important. Oh yes, before I forget. Remember I told you about the with the acrylic ink in? I've never had that problem with my ones drying out. So yeah, so I just shake it up. Like I said, I've got I don't have plastic beads, I've got glass beads in here. So I just get the pigment moving, and then I shake it up, and then I can write with it, draw with it. So what I want to do today is, I've got this. It's a drink, but I love the butterflies. Don't you think it's beautiful? It's got butterflies on both sides. So what I want to do with this, sorry about the racket, is I want to see if I want to cut them out, the butterflies, and then I want to use it in my journal, on one of my journaling pages. I had a Posca one of these. This is the Zig Poster Man. It's water resistant after drying. I absolutely love them. So it's the same or similar to Posca's, and it's got a ball inside, so you just shake it, and then if you haven't used it before, you just press the nib in, then it collects the paint that's in here, and then you can just start drawing and writing and whatever. Anyhow, to get back to the ball that's in here, I had a Posca marker that was empty, and I cut it open and I got the ball out, and that's what I chucked in there, in this one here. Where is it? I've been meaning to get a amethyst for quite some time. This is what it looks like. Don't you think it's beautiful? Oh, absolutely stunning. Okay, I am going to move that side, connect the camera to the DIY connection I made up at the top, and I'll probably start cutting out the tin.